Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. This is the series in which I inform you, I program you, and I give you the talking points so that you can best yourself and everybody else in the Twitter wars. And so today, and or yesterday's story, which has been making a lot more rounds today, is Senator Sanders has never attended our conference, and that is evident from his outrageous comment. So Bernard has basically said, fuck that shit, I'm not going to AIPAC. I believe in both Palestinian rights and Israeli rights, which is a very I don't know, it's very, it's a, what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial. For whatever reason, that just escaped me. That's going to be utilized when the Ben Shapiro fans find this video and attack me in the comment section. And Ben Shapiro, who everybody might know him as potentially the dumbest man on the internet, is basically, he's just having a fucking blast. He's going the hell in. He's cringing around, and I'm going to play this clip. And Jennifer Rubin, everybody's favorite dumbass, as well. Again, this is a contest right here. Like, if we were to have, like, a general election of, like, who is the most, like, obnoxious partisan hack loser, it would be Ben Shapiro and Jennifer Rubin. I'm not sure. Like it's to the point where I think Jennifer Rubin might be a long lost cousin of Dave Rubin, which would actually be pretty funny. I'm not sure if they're related. I don't think they are, but that would be a really good coincidence. But she's crying. Ben Shapiro's crying. Let's see what Benny Boy has to say
about anti-Semitism, but you don't care about the fact that Bernie Sanders he campaigns with open anti-Semites. That Bernie Sanders is the Jeremy Corbyn of the United States. He spends all his time hanging out with people who despise Jews and want to see the Jewish state destroyed. That Bernie Sanders over the weekend suggested, he's never spoken at an AIPAC policy conference, by the way, at an American Israel Public Affairs Committee conference. He's never spoken at one, not for years, ever. Right now when he was a presidential candidate in 2016, never. Okay, he put out a statement suggesting that he would not speak at AIPAC, said Bernie Sanders, who, again, when people talk about his Jewish roots, he's so Jewish. In terms of his actual practice, in terms of how much he cares about Judaism, not his ethnic Judaism. Ethnic Judaism is ethnic. Judaism is just an ethnicity. But in terms of his actual practical Judaism and how much he cares about Judaism, dude's as Jewish as a ham sandwich. He's Jewish like Karl Marx was Jewish.
I love, like, this is the thing with religious people in general, is that religious people get so fucking, like, super sensitive over this kind of crap. Like, oh well, I saw he was I think I noticed that there was ham on his sandwich in 1982. I happened to have lunch with him, and he ordered a Grand Slam and he did not minus the bacon. It was unbelievably, I cannot believe, like dude, who gives a shit? Like, seriously, first of all, a religion that like forces you not to eat certain products, in my opinion, that's just kind of silly. If you're gonna not eat pigs, you should not eat pigs because they're intelligent creatures, not because some book told you so. I mean, it's just weird. This stuff is just really bizarre to me. And in this video, Ben Shapiro gives a Bernie Sanders impression, which is honestly hilarious. So I'm gonna let this one play.
Okay, Bernie Sanders tweets out, "The Israeli people have a right to live in peace and security. So do the Palestinian people." First of all, I've not seen one shred of evidence that Bernie actually
I love that. I love his Bernie impression. It's honestly really good.
Jewish people in Israel
really
have a right to
good.
live in peace and security, since he has backed every single deal that would do damage to the safety and security of the people of Israel and supports giving foreign aid to Hamas. He said, "I remain concerned about the platform AIPAC provides for leaders who express bigotry and oppose basic Palestinian rights. For that reason, I will not attend that conference. As president, I will support the rights of both Israelis and Palestinians. Everything possible to bring peace and security to the region."
I love that. I love that. I love it. Oh my god. So fucking good. Anyway, any day Ben Shapiro's crying is a good day, honestly. Like, it's just, and you can see in the comment sections, like everyone's just fucking ripping into this guy. Everyone's ripping into AIPAC. It's fucking amazing. It's just, God, it's so good. It's so good. And of course, this only has about 7,000 likes. You go to Bernard's original tweet, nearly 100,000. Now, I know Twitter's not real life, but it's a good indicator of just the amount of people that agree with AIPAC versus the amount of people that agree with Bernard Sanders. Like, the thing is, like, you can support Israel as a state. It doesn't mean you have to support all of their occupational fucking garbage. Like, that's the thing. Like, first of all, and second of all, like Benjamin Netanyahu has literally been indicted for corruption. You know what I mean? Like how are you going to, like, defend like a country, like a nation, right, with a leader who's literally a corrupt bastard, who is on record saying the Palestinians aren't humans, essentially. Like, how are you gonna, like, if it's one thing, like, oh, well, I would support Israel if they had a different prime minister or something, which is essentially what Bernard is saying. They have a right to exist and live in peace. I just don't agree with them basically shitting all over everybody else, and that basically just comes down to who's in charge in Israel, and that's what like Ben Shapiro doesn't understand. It's just like, one, he doesn't understand that like Israel's a nation, and it's not, Israel does not represent all Jewish people. It's just bizarre, especially people that are ethnically Jewish. Like, I don't understand why people think, oh, you know, you're ethnically Jewish, therefore you got to support it. It's bizarre to me. It's super bizarre, and this is just like stuff I love to see. Like, again, you can create the state of Israel without, like, you don't have to fucking, like, have you seen the shit that goes on in, like, Gaza and, like, the West Bank and so forth? Like, I've seen this stuff, and yes, counter, like, things that are very terroristic, attacking civilians, not good. Nobody is saying, oh, well, Palestinians are rightfully upset, and they use that rightful upsetness to bomb civilians, and that's good. Nobody is saying that. Like, literally 0 people on planet Earth are saying that, right? It's, they have rightful anger, and the best way to alleviate this anger and to create peace in the region is to basically stop fucking them over and bulldozing their fucking houses. Like, bulldozing their fucking families' like heirlooms and shit, like just destroying everything that they've ever owned for generations. Like, it's just disgusting. It's grotesque stuff that they're doing in there. And I'll admit, I'm not the biggest like scholar on Palestine or whatever, but like, it really just, it doesn't take that much to just like read into it just a little bit and just see, like, again, it's one of those things where Israel has all the power and Palestine has none of the power. Like it's like an 80-20 or a 90-10% like power ratio, and that's the thing that really matters here. So yes, Palestinians, some people have done some very terrible things, but that doesn't automatically say like, oh, well, I guess 1 or 2 people are indicative of, you know, thousands of people. It's just bizarre. It's super bizarre. And then, of course, like, that never applies on the other side. Like, you see, like, Israeli snipers, like, kill journalists and children. Like, but that's fine. That's fine. Right, that's the power dynamic here. Whereas, like, someone in Hamas does something that you don't agree with, oh, then that means they all should just be killed. It's just bizarre. And of course, Ben Shapiro in his cringy meltdown is talking about how Bernie's not a real Jew because he is the arbiter of, like, you're a Jew and you're not a Jew, and I'm the arbiter of who's the Jews. Like, it's bizarre stuff. It's really weird. I just don't understand why people like this guy do this. It's just weird. It's super strange. But anyway, I just think it's funny. I like watching Jennifer Rubin melt down, for example. What is key is that he goes out of his way to create division and alienate Democratic constituencies while handing Trump weapons to destroy him. Oh, opinion. Sanders winds up boosting Trump on foreign policy. Again, like I said this during the Nevada poll, entrance poll breakdown. Like, there were 9% of people that voted in Nevada that's like, foreign policy is my biggest issue, and therefore I vote for Joe Biden. It's just like, clearly that's not the case. Clearly you just like bombing people. You don't like anyone who's not white, and that's clear. Like, if your number one foreign policy, or if your number one thing is foreign policy, and your favorite candidate is someone like Joe Biden or Mike Bloomberg or Donald Trump or something, you are garbage. You are a scumbag. You're just a terrible person. You're just all around a bad person. And like, that's the thing, is like, Bernard actually has plans to help people. And like, oh, one, we're going to stop the drone war. We're going to stop all the unnecessary, stupid, garbage conflicts that we're in. And then we're going to examine our foreign aid and say, should we really be sending billions of dollars to a country that is basically an apartheid state, if not worse? Maybe we should re-examine that situation. All the same people that go like, oh, Trump's just skeptical of foreign aid and the Ukraine thing is just, like, those same people get really upset when Bernie's like, let's examine foreign aid for Israel. It's really strange, really weird stuff, really bizarre. But yeah, I just thought this was really funny. Definitely, if you're watching this around the time that the video is uploaded, go check out the tweet threads. This is a really good image that's been going around. is my Palestinian grandmother just voted for Bernie Sanders to be the next president of the United States because he is not afraid to say that her family in Palestine deserves to live in peace and dignity. This is just a wholesome ass picture. Like, this is the stuff that you just absolutely love to see. Like, God bless. Like, this campaign has been going really well, and I'm glad that Bernie's not compromising on things like this. Like, if Bernie Sanders were to come out and say, all right, I'm going to AIPAC, like, I think he'd lose more support than this, and that's what's really important. And that's just, that exemplifies how the tides are turning in the United States of America, and it's just, again, you just love to see it. It's great stuff. Absolutely great stuff. Speaking of great stuff, and speaking of socialism, give me money on my Patreon page. If you don't do that, then I'm going to be very skeptical as to whether or not you're my friend. You get bonus videos. Shut the fuck up. You get bonus videos. I do Let's Plays and stuff. You get bonus vids. I might start doing other kinds of stuff on here that aren't video game oriented. And if you want to socialize me, if you love socialism, hit me the fuck up. It's not that hard. $1 a month is all I ask for. Some people give me more than $1, but that's not required. But what is required, again, this is not optional. I'm literally compelling you to do this. This is not a free speech zone. You can't, like, what do you think, this is free? No. You got to give me all of your money that you possibly can. So with that in mind, give me your money, and I will make more videos talking about how much I hate Jennifer Rubin. And that's an easy one. You know what I mean? That's a no-brainer. So again, thank you for watching, and give me money. Thank you very much. Fucking bitch. Yeah. Fucking idiots, actually. Oh, is this thing on?